This is my 1967 Bridgestone 350cc GTR. This bike's been completely restored. The Bridgestones in 1967 liked to tout their kind of advanced technology for that time. One of the features they talked about was the rotary valve induction. The carburetors are under that cover there on either side and feed through a rotary valve that controls the inlet timing. The rotary valve is embedded in the crankcase between the cylinder and the carburetor. And another feature is that the cylinders of the larger Bridgestones were aluminum cylinders with chrome-plated bores rather than iron bores. The advantage was that the cylinder would expand at a rate similar to the aluminum piston, and seizures were less common. The problem was when you did get a seizure, you couldn't rebore the cylinder, you had to replace it at that time. Now you can get them replated, but at that time you just had to replace them if they got scratched. But they were a fairly high performance bike for their time. They made 40 horsepower out of a 350, similar to the Kawasaki A7, and they were, you know, right there with the same speed-wise as the Kawasaki A7, which I think was the fastest of the 350s at that time. Probably because it was a little lighter. The Bridgestone is actually a pretty big bike. It has 19-inch wheels front and rear, and it's just kind of long. It could have been made a lot smaller, but I think maybe they were trying to appeal to the British bike owners. It sort of has that feel to it. That housing you see running over the top of the cases behind the cylinders is the air cleaner. There's an air filter in there, and behind that the cylindrical object is the generator, and just under that cover on the end of the generator are the points. They made the 350 in this form, the GTR, and also a GTO, which was sort of a street scrambler form. It had high pipes and a skid plate and so forth. Kind of a whale of a scrambler. And they made them from, or they sold them from 1967 until the end of the company in 1971. I think the styling of this bike is really pretty neat. I think it's, you know, maybe the best styled of that time.